Good evening, everybody. I just channeled some light language, so I'll post it to my YouTube shortly and share it in the group. I just felt really called to come on because there's a lot of shadows coming out right now. There's a lot of fear. There's always a lot of fear, but right now with these shifts, especially today, there's a big shift. I could feel it. I'm not an astrologer, and I don't always know exactly what's going on with the planetary alignments, but there is a big shift today because I could feel it. I could feel my anxiety coming up. I feel my nose running. My nose always runs after I channel. But I just wanted to talk about fear. And when we, there's a lot of darkness and people talk about evil, but it's this duality mindset. And the more we fear evil and the more we fight it, the more we feed it. Growing up Catholic, Roman Catholic, there's a lot of fear about, God and just everything. Fear about sin. Sin comes from a place of ego. Sin comes from a place of lack. Like when we fear sin, we just feed it. When we feed that darkness and we allow more darkness to become. It's like feeding a monster. It's like if you think of a leech on you and it's like sucking the blood out of you and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what this fear is, this fear-based energy, the thought of evil versus good. That's what the light is for. It's to extinguish this darkness, but we don't need to think about it. We don't need to fixate on it. We know it's there. We're aware it's there. But as it comes into our awareness, we extinguish it. We extinguish and allow it just to flow and to be alchemized into light, to go through this alchemy process and be brought to the light. Because when the darkness and the evil or whatever is brought to light, it can't exist anymore. It burns, like it's gone. It's like poof, it's gone. So do not fear is all I can tell you. When you get in that place of fear, I had some anxious thoughts today, and it was funny because it wasn't mine. It was collective. And I was driving home today from an appointment, and all I saw was 666. I'm a big, numbers are huge. My signs, my angels speak to me through numbers, and I saw 666, and I didn't even realize that my mind was wandering. But 666 means check your thoughts. It's not the number of the devil like most people think. It means check your thoughts, because I was having some anxious type thoughts that weren't serving me, that weren't mine. Just worrying about things that I can't control. And I was like, yeah, thanks, Spirit. Thanks for pointing that out to me. Thanks for making this clear to me that I don't need to be concerned about and consumed with these thoughts and these entities, these attachments that are causing these thoughts. I can focus on the now, and I can go, do some yoga. I can settle into what I'm doing. So the message for tonight is the more we fear, the more we feed the things that we're trying to get rid of. And it's sort of a mind fuck, but it's like when we fixate on something, where we place our intention, the energy goes. So if we're fearing evil and we're fearing the dark and we're fearing bad, we're going to create more of that, and we're going to bring more of that into our existence. So that's why it's so imperative to focus on the light and to find the joy, the space of joy, and to sit into it and to allow it to take over and to allow it to flow abundantly into our lives. We can worry about all the darkness going on in the world, and then that's just feeding it. Or we can focus on all the good, and through that we can create more good, and that will extinguish the darkness. It's about non-duality. It's about settling into the space right now, the space of love. You know what? My soul always knew. I used to make fun of myself for thinking that love would always win, because I didn't understand. My soul always knew, but my ego was like, Becky, that's so stupid. How can love save things? How can love conquer all? All these cliches. But my soul always knew, because I'm just like I don't even know what I am. I'm just like this. I vibrate at this love frequency, and I always have. And I think I feel that's what brought me down a lot in life, because because I feared my own thoughts about it, and it attracted a lot of not love into my life. And now I just sit in this place of love. And yes, I still have moments of fear that come up, but I'll go do some yoga. or I'll listen to music, something that lights me up, or I'll go for a run, or I'll, meditate on it, and I'll just work to transcend it out of my system and allow more love to flow through me. Call in the ascended masters, call in your angels and guides, call in whoever you need to support you in this now moment. But yeah, just a quick message tonight, and just don't fear, because there's a lot of collective fear going on. There's a lot of fear, people are fixated on the twin flame thing. There's bigger fish to fry right now. Let's just work on ourselves and our own radical self-love, because that is the key. Once we love ourselves radically and unconditionally and be just okay with who we are, that's when we can serve at our highest best good. And that's when we can shed our light. And that's when we can share our light and help heal the collective. Because we can't fixate on other people and their healing. We need to focus within. I know a lot of us healers want to fix everybody around us. And that was our pattern for a lot of our lives. But you can't make people change, and you can't force people to heal. You have to work on yourself. And not fear. Fear is like sugar to ants. Like, fear is gasoline on a fire. If you think of, if fear energy is what creates hate in this world. So next time you find yourself scared or fearing something, especially something intangible, something that's not really there, pull yourself out of it. It's different if you're like in a life and death situation. Yes, you like go into fear mode because there's a reason to be. But when we find ourselves fearing for no apparent reason, pull out of it. Walk away. Take a little mental break. Go meditate. Go listen to some music. Do something that makes you happy and pull out of it. Because you are all supported right here in the now. And you are okay. And you've made it through 100% of your bad days so far. And days are getting better. Things are getting better. You're leveling up. You're transcending all the garbage in your life. You're every day making a choice to expand, and give yourself a big hug, because you're awesome. You're making a choice not to react. Don't react out of fear. Don't react out of ego. That's the advice I can give you tonight. The unsolicited advice. I know I probably sound like your mom right now, but I'm here to love you and guide you through this. So I love you. Just short message. Have a good night. I wasn't even going to come on tonight, but I just felt I had to. And I'll post the light language shortly. So namaste. Have a beautiful evening. And I love you.